We're back with this video. We're back with another video, guys, and this is What If Naruto Went Back in Time Part 3. So we're gonna cover what I didn't cover on the second episode. For this one is gonna be a filler episode. So basically, this will show what happened in the first grade, Ninja War. So let's get into this. Naruto and Hashirama ran through the battlefield together. As then multiple kunai shot out of nowhere. As Naruto quickly deflected all of them with his fingertips. As Hashirama got into a battle stance, creating small wooden rodents that he could possibly use for the battle. With these small wooden rodents, Hashirama could possibly kill someone. As then chirping could be heard. As Hashirama looked forward to see a bright light radiating. Lightning armor! Someone yelled out as he summoned armor made out of lightning. He then quickly leaped through the battlefield, going at a kick towards Hashirama, quickly kicking Hashirama's side. As Hashirama began to cough up blood, as he was surprised. This attack was not supposed to harm him that much, but it did. What the hell did you do? Hashirama said, as his body was weakened from the attack. As he coughed up more and more blood, Naruto then quickly jumped in front of him as he then began to stop the attack. The man then quickly flew towards Naruto, bringing up his fist and going in with all of his power, ready to destroy his opponent. He then flung back his fist and shot forward. His fist once catching Naruto, Naruto stood still. He was completely okay. Then he grabbed onto the man's fist, kind of like this. And then he pulled him down like this, sending him towards Naruto. As Naruto quickly shot his leg up, which wasn't even at he wasn't even at 1%. I mean, I don't know this because he's not gonna be at 1% at any point in this what if. There's no one who's gonna force him to 1%. Like no one. Hashirama was the only person, and Naruto didn't actually need to. He was kind of pissed off. Then Naruto's leg shot up, kicking the first Raikage up into the air. The first Raikage looked down, coughing up massive amounts of blood. As Naruto then said, "You're important for the future, so you're not gonna die." As the Raikage couldn't hear him, Naruto then yelled out, "Lightning Spear." As then the spear of lightning appeared within Naruto's hand. As Naruto then said, "Chakra level 9. Level 9. As then the lightning arrow grew to a large amount as it was Two, it was larger than anything the Raikage and anyone could see, as a bright light was emitting from it. Resize. One, size one, Naruto said, as then the lightning arrow's light intensified, but it was growing smaller. Target, first Raikage. And then he quickly threw the lightning arrow towards the hook. The Raikage. The Raikage used lightning to boost him towards the side. As he was surprised when the lightning arrow quickly turned to turn towards him, shooting through him, leaving a small gap in his body, knocking him out. As the pain of the lightning was surprising, even though he had mastered the lightning element, this technique, or whatever it harmed him, was able to harm him. As then Naruto quickly, as then the group, then, out of nowhere, two people appeared, as they were the Hokage's guard. The Raikage, oh my god. Bro, as they were the Raikage's guard, and since he had on his fighting armor, uh, since the Raikage had on his lightning armor, he quickly surpassed them in speed. Once they saw that the Raikage had disappeared, and they saw Naruto, who was strong. They then looked backwards to see a Hashirama coughing up blood, as this Naruto's attack had crippled him to the point where it, if the damage, if any additional damage was taken, then he would die, and it was irreversible. As Naruto had basically made it to where as soon as that point was attacked, he would die. It was the only way to ensure Hashirama's death. Naruto then yelled out, "Hashirama!" to sell the act. As he quickly shot back, trying to help up Hashirama, with Hashirama coughing up blood. Naruto, you, you were possibly my greatest friend. From beyond the the great arch, the gates made out of gold. I see it. Sorry, sorry, I'm leaving, he said in a weak voice, which caused Naruto to yell, "No!" As Naruto, this was the first time that Naruto had felt really emotion, as he had gotten emotionally attached to Hashirama. As this was evident because Naruto had begun to feel anger disrupting his chakra flow, making massive amounts of energy erupt from him. He was far more pissed off than ever. As then it flared up 100%, he yelled out. As he then quickly jumped up into the air, as he then shot his fist down towards the battleground. As most of the great nations, except except the one which was the mist was in the was there. Naruto then slammed down his fist and with incredible power at speeds that no one could follow. His fist as he then yelled out, while pumping his fist with chakra. Depth armor. As then his fist shot down. As the chakra then enhanced, creating a physical form, a gigantic fist. The gigantic chakra fist was the equivalent of 9 Mars meteors. 9. Wiping out everything. It was a good thing that Tobirama and most of the Leaf's forces sent Hashirama and Naruto to plan an attack. While they deal with enemies, they would then quickly rush in to wipe out the rest. Since Naruto was one of the 3 Jogen, people able to compete with the first Hokage. But although some called them the 4 Jogen, because of the fact that all of them were powerful shinobi, which would later become true. The 3 converted into 4. Then all of a sudden, shockwaves directly through, blew around the battlefield away as Tobirama's squad. We're gonna flank everyone from the. As then his words were cut off, as the tent went flying off, along with them, as Tobirama flew, as they all were hurt, with almost 80% of the forces that were there killed from the blast. Tobirama then got up using his healing jutsu. What the hell happened? He said, as then he looked up to see the battle zone. There was nothing, just a white light. As once it cleared up, they saw a figure walking towards them with a little bit of time. The figure became apparent. It was Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto, he yelled out. Are you okay? As he noticed that Naruto was noticeably hurt, Naruto then said, I'm good. It's just been a while since I had to use 100%, he said. Naruto said, this area is the result. Alright. Naruto's as Naruto's hand was still sizzling. As Naruto then said, this right there, that's the result of my rule of 100%. As then Tobirama's eyes widened. Naruto couldn't be that powerful. As then he noticed that Naruto was the only figure. Where's Tobirama? He said. As then a sad, a look of sadness appeared on Naruto's face. His death is the reason why I went 100%. Naruto said. He's dead. As Tobirama's eyes then opened widely, as his older brother was gone, and, and he wasn't coming back. Tobirama's older brother was gone. And you couldn't save him with all of that power? Tobirama yelled out, looking towards Naruto. Since I haven't used it in such a long time. Naruto said, since I haven't used my full power in such a long time, it requires a small amount of. It requires a charge up before full power. My full power can be released. Naruto said once looking towards Tobirama. And then Tobirama noticed something on Naruto. Since so much chakra was used, the seals, thousands upon thousands and thousands of seals were on Naruto. All chakra seals, with only one being with only one of the seals being a gravity seal. Which once he looked at which level the gravity seal was, his eyes opened so widely that his pupil, his eyeball was going to pop out. It was a level 9,000. As then Tobirama said, but you weren't using your full power. He wasn't using his actual power to wipe out this land. He did it so easily. Tobirama said, as Naruto had been using seals since the beginning of time. Yes. He started to use seals 300 years ago. 300. Yeah. He started to use those seals 300 years ago. And he hasn't changed the power of his seals that much, but he hasn't tweaked his gravity seal, but he has tweaked pretty much all the seals. As that was pretty much it. Naruto's, and then Tobirama then noticed another seal, which was noticeable simply because this which he assumed the small amount of power that was leaking out of the seal, since the seal was massively strong. Since, but it was so overwhelming. This chakra, as he then noticed something within Naruto's eyes. Are those the Rinnegan? He asked, once looking towards Naruto. Oh, I forgot to tell you about them. Since you are, since you have the potential to unlock these eyes as well. What? That's ludicrous. Only Uchiha can unlock the Rinnegan, he said once looking towards Naruto. Brothering clans can unlock it as well, Naruto said, implying that the Uchiha and Senju and Uzumaki were brothering clans. What? Toguramas said as his eyes then opened wide. Yes, as Naruto then gave him an explanation of how the Uchiha and Senju and Uzumaki were neighboring, were brothering clans. You see, since the Uzumaki and Senju were both direct relatives of the Uzumaki, Senju, and Uchiha were both direct relatives of the Uchiha of the Sage of Six Paths. There's a slight but small possibility, if the trauma is strong enough, of a member from the opposite clan to unlock the other's Kekkei Genkai, Naruto said, looking towards looking towards Tobirama. And like I said, since I lost everything, Naruto then said, in my past is the reason why I have the Rinnegan. He said, not wanting to speak of his past. Flashback. Flashback. Madara's battle. Naruto and Madara's battle. Naruto was placed under Genjutsu where Madara killed everyone, while Madara was flying up to the sky trying to cast the infinite Tsukiyomi. As then, Naruto quickly broke out of the Genjutsu, as his heart was broken. As then, Madara shot down 18 meteors, wiping out everything. No, he said, as Madara the tried to do the infinite Tsukiyomi again, but Naruto blasted through the meteor with his fist, as a slight glint appeared within his eyes. With his eyes taking a pattern similar to the Rinnegan, as he could possibly unlock it, although it would require a little bit of Uchiha chakra, since they were neighboring, since they were brothering clans. He just had to unlock mm, his Uchiha, his Uchiha chakra, but it was almost impossible, being as the fact because of the fact that Naruto's no, it was almost impossible because of the fact that Naruto. because of the fact that Naruto was the reincarnation of Ashura, also Suzuki, and him being an Uzumaki clansman did not help the case, as that reinforced the block. Since Ashura and Indra's chakra would the only way they would fuse is being forced. Was being forced. Or one rolling over the other and sucking power from it. In Naruto, in both both bloodlines were basically on the same levels in of power, so it was virtually impossible to get the one up on one DNA. But since Naruto was the reincarnation of Ashura, his, his Uchiha DNA was suppressed by Ashura's reincarnator. Was re- was suppressed by by Ashura, basically unknowingly being suppressed by Ashura. Because Ashura didn't know he was suppressing it. And we end that, and basically Sasuke and all the others' chakra being pushed into Naruto basically allowed him to gain the Rinnegan. No sweat. Alright, outside. Back to the present. I completely agree, said Naruto, agreeing with the decision to coronate Togorama as the Hokage. Since Naruto's decline, the Hokage position, it was given to Togorama. Around a couple of years later, Danzo, Shimura, Hiruzen, Sarutobi, and Lady Chiho, and their other teammate, who I can't remember, since she was not really a very important character. She was an elder though. As Naruto sought over their training. Bell test after the bell test was passed. Teacher, I want to become the strongest Hokage, Hiruzen said, pumping up his fist. As then, as then, as then, Danzo then said, in your dreams. As then, the unknown character, since I forgot her name, it said, I'm gonna become the strongest Konoichi, Konoichi in the world, as she pumped out her fist. Alright, your first bit of training, Naruto said, as they were exhausted from the bell test, so they were surprised that Naruto was just gonna jump directly into the training. But after a brief smirk, Hiruzen yelled out, Cool. Cool. Naruto Sensei. Alright. Touch me, he said. As then they all got into a stance as they then ran across the field, trying to catch Naruto. As Naruto had used around 3%. It's like 3%. And if y'all don't know what I mean point, then add 80 zeros, and then add that 3. There you go. There you go. Y'all really thought that I was gonna, y'all really thought that I was gonna. And since Naruto was going up against kids, he leveled up the gravity seals on him all the way to level 80,000, which was going to be temporary, which brought him down to at least Jonin level. As then they quickly ran across the field going at Naruto. Naruto quickly dodged them at every single turn. Naruto was just far. His speed was like, I like your speed, bitch. He was just too fast for him. This went on for around 8 months. As before, wait, no, 1 month. By that first month, Hiruzen jumped across the field as he finally touched Naruto. As his stamina had boosted, everyone's stamina had went up so high that it was basically like high. It was they had already had Kage level stamina in Kage level speed. Since even though Naruto had Jonin level reserves and strength, Naruto could easily use the landscape and other things since he had become so skilled to amp his speed. As certain crevices within the ground allowed him to speed up. Now, since they were Kage level in speed, the Tora, the Ronzo mission, which Tora is her kid. Yes, Ronzo is a boy. 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 After one, after 2 months of training, we're just gonna have a 2 month time skip. Of after 2 months of training under Naruto, their speeds had everyone had enough speed to outspeed Hashirama. Yeah, Hashirama Senju outspeed him, but their strength was highly lacking. But Naruto knew since they had natural strength mixed with a certain fighting style in with speed alone, they could possibly destroy when could they could become basically really strong. They could kill anyone instantly. As he remembered the legend of the fourth Hokage, or his father. His father won the third Great Shinobi War with speed, killing over 1,000 rock shinobi. As even though one Han, one of the Mavericks, one of the Mavericks of the one of the Mavericks of Uzugakure or the Uzumaki village who was known for his sword skills, could kill over could kill over 300 shinobi within a second, but he would get tired. While Minato could kill over 1,000 within a second, because of the fact that he could kill over 1,000 in a second, because there was space and he could instantly teleport, which speed was required for that. So Naruto knew that speed was an important component within battle. And their speed, simply combined with their natural strength, allowed them to easily rival around a 1% him. If each and every one of them were in their prime, meaning they had a couple of 20, 12 more years of training. Yeah, 20, there will be 24. So 12 more years of training, which, if they were progressed in speed at the pace that they were currently, they will be really fast, basically. So Naruto quickly gained the upper hand. So I'm gonna make this an hour at least, since I want to get through pretty much everything since this battle. All right, Naruto quickly. Naruto quickly got into a battle stance as they put up their fists. As then Hiruzen pulled out his blade, as he had saw his master using a blade before, and he had learned that blades could be quite powerful. Donkey then quickly pulled out a staff, as this was what he would use within camp. As he then swung the staff down at tremendous speed, quickly appearing in front of Naruto. As Naruto then grabbed onto the staff, then he yanked it out of his hands, pushing him back, which was incredible. Joining joining from the sidelines. Wow. Can you believe it? I couldn't even see him. He One of the Jonin said to another. Yeah, training under a little bit of training under the legendary Naruto Uzumaki can turn just little kids into beasts. I wonder what could happen if we were trained under him. You wish. As if the legendary Uzumaki Naruto, one of the four Jogan, would really train Emus. Hey, you trained those kids. Then again, one of them are, two of them are clan heads. As if y'all didn't know, within um Naruto, if you don't come from a clan, then you do not have a last name at all. Like Gara of the Sand, Tamari of the Sand, Conqueror of the Sand, Hinata Hyuga, Sasuke, Uchiha, um, Sakura Haruno, and she is from a clan as well. Um, let's see. And basically, pretty much, if you do not come from a clan, then you don't have a last name. So, with that understanding, it is reasonable for me to think that Danzo Shimura is from a clan. I don't know what his clan would specialize in, but I'll say that they specialize in torture. In their special KK Genkai is called blood release. Blood release to allow them to use their blood to scan one's brain, and they could use it for many different things. Yeah, the family's probably got a hold of Naruto and probably made him train the brats. I wish he would train me, the shinobi said. Then Naruto quickly noticed two presences as their chakra started to spike. As Naruto found them not threatening at first, since they were pretty much okay, but now their chakra was starting to spike. And Naruto then said, "Stop!" As he quickly pulled out his blade, as he then moved faster than all three of them could see. As then he quickly sliced through the tree with minimum force. As this sliced through the tree, not killing the people in front of him. "Who are you?" he said as he pulled out his second blade, edging it, placing it next to the throat. Naruto was not trying to exert any external forces. Even though he had power, even though he had power, had most of his power sealed, he could still kill mere Jonin. He could still kill mere Jonin with his skill alone, as his skill allowed him to go to Kage level speeds when half of his power was when one almost pretty much all of his power was sealed. As Naruto then quickly looks forward, as he could possibly kill them. "State your business." And then he noticed the Konoha headbands, as he then exclaimed that he was sorry. "Oh, no, I'm sorry, Lord Naruto," they said, both of them, as Naruto, had only done with any reasonable sensei would do. In the face of danger, since their chakra was spiking, they assumed that he considered that to be danger, even though that their chakras were weak compared to his. Wait 20 more minutes. As Naruto's chakra was extremely strong. As then, of in the middle of the field appeared someone. And then they appeared in front of Naruto. "Lord Naruto, the Jogan. The second Hokage wishes to see you." And that's the end of the video. Make sure that y'all like, subscribe, and give this bit a big like. Bye.